Hi everyone, Kashia here from Politely Rebellious. We really enjoyed recording series 1 and I wanted to just say hi and welcome to series 2 of the Being Politely Rebellious in Pompey video podcast. We have if it's even possible to say, we have another incredible lineup of individuals who are coming on to cement our stories in history, letting us in on their politely rebellious journeys that they've had throughout their lives and careers. As I mentioned on series 1, one of the really important things that we want to generate here is inspiration, inspiring others as to what you can achieve when you put your mind to it and you punch your way past the obstacles that can often be set out before us. So please enjoy series 2 as you have done series 1. Please remember to like, subscribe and share. Without that happening, we can't be here. So, like, subscribe and share. Enjoy the series.
Well, Pompey saved me.
Yeah.
100%. I don't think I could have picked a better area or treatment centre, whatever you want to say, to actually turn my life around. Because I was fighting with myself and something had to change. If it didn't change, I'd end up back in jail, probably doing a big sentence, or because I only had 3 options left. Back in jail, in a mental institution, or under the ground.
It's the reality of it, isn't it?
Having the chance and having the energy, having the confidence to be able to put Ambassador for Change together, because there was a gap at one point where I was really panicking, thinking, what am I going to do, what am I going to do? Even though the answer was right there in front of me. But it's just having
taking that leap, isn't it?
Yeah, think right, and do it and go through that, feel that fear and do it anyway.
Hi everybody and welcome to the Being Politely Rebellious in Pompey video podcast. We are here today joined by the absolutely phenomenal, inspirational Duke Harrison Hunter, who is an award-winning equality and diversity advocate, as well as being a mentor and motivational speaker. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad, thank you. I'm not too bad. A little bit warm.
It's so warm, isn't it?
Yeah.
And can I just add, this might not be going out for a few weeks, but right now it is almost 6 o'clock on a Friday evening. So thank you so much. That is dedication and I'm so grateful. So thank you.
No problem.
Have you had a good week?
Yeah, I've been working for a play scheme down in Portsmouth for the last 3, nearly 4 weeks.
For the duration of the summer holidays?
So working with children aged 5 to 12 who are children of refugees who've just recently come into the city. So they're referred to us and we take them out and activities and parks.
Are they in school, all of them?
Some of them are in schools, some are not in schools.
Some like waiting for places still.
In hotels, and one family's just recently got housed, which is really good and they're happy about that.
That's amazing. So the recent, and I don't want to give it too much airtime, but the recent protests and riots and things must have really weighed heavily on your heart when you've got such first-hand experience with these people who are coming from places that are nowhere near as fortunate as us, and you've got the small minority of twats who have got an issue with that.
I think it's senseless. I don't get it. And a lot of misinformation, so people will just run 100 miles an hour on that. Don't know why they're really rioting. Okay, then you have... It's
like an excuse to do something, is it? With the tinnies and the roll-ups.
And then other people get involved when they don't need to be getting involved. However...
it's sad, isn't it?
It is.
I think the thing that got me, and again, we will move on swiftly, I promise, but I think one of the biggest things that got me about it when I was looking at social media and trying not to get into debates with people about it, because yes, there's an element of that whole group of people, where they're saying they don't want people to come in illegally, but when you're organising riots and you're publicly saying attack verbally or physically anyone of colour, you're not asking any questions, you've got no background information, I don't think that people understand how much anxiety that induces into somebody who looks like me. Like I didn't want to leave my house. I bought pepper spray to keep at the front of my shop, and that's the when people are saying, oh, you know, you don't get it, that's not what it's about. No.
Yeah, so what is it about?
What is it about then?
Yeah. So even for
crazy.
us, on the week of that riots, we were sent home early or put in cabs to make sure we got home, all the staff. And even now myself, my eyes are open, I am so aware, and now I'm watching everybody.
Yeah.
When before that,
You felt relaxed?
fine,
Yeah.
but I got to watch everybody now.
Yeah,
just
you're like
in
looking
case.
over your shoulder,
Yeah.
100%, not going out past 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
But the struggle is real, and you know, when you have the point I was trying to get across on social media was that whole thing of people saying, I'm not racist, but.
Yeah.
But no, there's no but, and any type of conversation that you're getting yourself involved in is, you know, basically harnessing these people and fueling them to make us anxious.
Yeah. And for what reason?
Yeah, for what purpose?
Yeah. I think a lot of people are just not educated enough or don't want to be educated
They don't want
enough.
to be educated. I think that's one of the things, isn't it?
Think they own the country.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was doing a talk on racism in the school, and I said to the group, someone said to me, why don't you go back to your own country? So I went, okay.
Someone said that to your face?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why don't you go back to your
That's
own country? So I went, okay, I'm going to school him now.
Yeah.
So I went, okay, let's just say we all went back to our own country, right?
Yeah.
Everybody of colour.
Yeah.
Europeans as well went back to their own country.
Yeah.
This country would fold in half.
Yeah, it would be gone. Where would it be?
What would you do?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have half the foods which are exported.
Yeah.
Half the restaurants would be gone.
Half the talent, no nurses, no doctors.
Right?
Yeah, no Just Eats being delivered.
Right.
You know, yeah, it's great. And the thing is that grinds my gears about that type of comment is, like, for me personally, there is nowhere to go. I'm British born and bred. Like, I have nowhere to go. My mum was adopted into the country. My dad came here as a refugee.
Wow.
There is nowhere for me to go.
Yeah.
So even if you wanted to chuck me out, you can't.
Yeah.
Like, logically, you can't.
Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go?
Yeah, and because of Brexit, thanks, it's now a lot harder to move anywhere else, you know. And just like any white person, I can't just pick up and move to, say, Thailand. I need to marry someone or have $1 million in the bank. There's nowhere for us to go, people.
Nowhere. And even, I'm going to say, even, is it Tommy Robinson?
Yeah.
He was spouting enough about people going back to their own countries and asylum seekers and blah, blah, blah. When he went to prison at Belmarsh, they had to lock him up separately for his safety. Yeah. And now he's seeking asylum.
Oh, wow.
Himself. I think he's in Cyprus right now.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. How ironic is that?
Seeking asylum for his own safety.
I know, that's insane. Do you know what? It's funny you should say that about him being put into prison for his own safety, because you know they've obviously come down quite hard, harder than usual on some of these rioters and locking them up for a year, couple of years, whatever. And I just think to myself, you couldn't go into a worser place for like a fascist or a racist, like chucking them into a prison. You're gonna wake up. You're gonna wake up and get educated in there, I'm sure.
I'll tell you something. One's already been murdered in jail.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I mean, rest in peace, but you know, the lesson is just keep your mouth shut.
Keep your mouth shut, because that's the last place you want to be going.
100%. Like they're probably more diverse than you know, your local Tesco's or Asda. You know.
If I was a writer, I'd be panicking right now. If I had a court date to go to court and maybe get a sentence, I would be panicking right now.
Running away. So I know that you've obviously spent some time inside, and we will talk about that. But tell me a little bit about your early life. So were you born? Was it London or?
I was born in Greenwich, in South London. 1963. I'm 61 years of age.
Wowza. Looking good, Duke. Looking good.
I'm trying.
It's that chocolate skin. Yes.
Born in Greenwich. I was raised Woolwich, Plumstead.
Okay.
And my mum, there was a lot of domestic violence in the house.
Okay.
And my mum had to leave for her own safety.
Right.
I was 9, I think my brother was 8, and left us with this violent man.
Oh, she left you?
She left us.
And it wasn't your dad?
He's not my dad, he's my adopted dad. So when my mum met my dad, she was already pregnant with me.
Right.
And then she had my brother.
Yeah.
Very close to me and my brother.
Yeah. Close in age? Is he just
close in age.
So he's a bit younger?
Yeah, probably a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So she had met this guy, then had your younger brother, and then it was a volatile, violent relationship.
Yeah.
So she left her 2 sons with him.
With him.
Wow. Did she come back?
No. No. I didn't see her for nearly 20 odd years.
No.
I left home at 16
Yeah.
because my dad was very physically abusing my brother and I.
Wow.
Anything we done, we got beats for it.
Yeah.
Anything we done, we grew up on fear.
Yeah.
When the key goes in the door, we were just like
on eggshells.
Oh, yeah, putting 2 pairs of trousers on.
God, trying
to
soften the blow, basically.
Yeah.
I remember one of the worst things in the world that used to be done to me when I was a child was being bent over, but your trousers had to come down.
Yeah.
And you know them plastic spoons that you mix cake mix with?
Yeah.
It's really thick.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah.
You just think, if I could just leave my trousers and my knickers on, it would be a little less painful, you know.
Yeah.
So when your mum left, had your dad, we'll call him that, had he been violent to you as well when your mum was in the house?
Yeah.
Why didn't she take you with her? What was her reasoning? Did you ever kind of discover that?
No, I had no idea. I think she was training she came over from Jamaica to train as a nurse.
Yeah.
And I think the issue was where she was working shifts. My dad was a drinker and a smoker.
Yeah.
Very jealous that she was out, thinking that she was sleeping with doctors.
Yeah,
and
okay.
My dad was one of those rough Jamaicans, you know.
Right.
They're not. It's very aggressive. There was no love, no arms around the shoulders. No, it wasn't a perfect role model at all.
No.
So like I said, we lived in fear the whole time.
Wow.
We were safer at school.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when the bell went at 3 o'clock, we were like,
oh damn it.
God.
Oh my God, that really resonates with me.
Yeah.
Totally get that.
Home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we couldn't really go out with other kids and doing housework the whole time. And it was
that's crazy.
it was horrible. So I left home. I ran away from home at 16.
Yeah. With like the clothes on your back type vibe.
Gone. Yeah, couldn't do it no more. I used to beat the hell out of us.
And is that because you knew that legally at 16 you could do that?
No.
Just that was the time.
Yeah. Just left. An opportunity arose.
Yeah.
And I just ran with it.
Yeah.
I made a friend, a guy called Neil.
Yeah.
Said, come and live with us. Funny story. When I lived with him.
Yeah.
And then met his mum, and then ended up going out with his mum.
You ended up going out with his mum?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's fantastic.
Well,
not obviously, but you know, what a story.
The thing was though, is I was only 16 and she was 35.
Oh God.
At the time.
So
she had 4 kids.
Wow.
2 were younger than me.
Oh my goodness.
1 was the same age as me.
Wow.
My mum was older.
That is insane. That's crazy.
7 years it lasted.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I mean that's there's an element of grooming there, isn't there? Obviously, massively. I mean, similar to yourself actually, and this is bizarre. Because me and Duke haven't actually sat down and had a conversation prior to this. So if you're going to get the ins and outs, I'm not apologising. That's what we're here for.
Sorry, but not sorry.
Sorry, but not sorry. Exactly. Yeah. So I left home at 16, and my boyfriend was 27. No, he wasn't. When he first started grooming me, I was 13 and he was 27.
Yeah,
so by the time I moved in with him, he was 30.
Yeah.
And my stepdad at the time was 21.
Wow.
Yeah. So my mum, she's still with him now. So she was 36 and he was 21.
Wow.
And my brother was 16, 17. I was like 14 when she first met him. My boyfriend was old. Like it was it's just such it's pub counts for estate life, isn't it? So did you so you stayed with her for 7 years? Did you have children with her or anything?
No. And that's when I started to pick up the drugs and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Was she a user?
Drinker,
okay.
So we were fighting all the time.
Yeah.
And I think it was more a mother figure thing.
Yeah.
Didn't realise it at the time.
Yes.
It was a mother figure thing. Yeah. And also in my head I'm thinking, Do you remember that expression, toy boy?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Well, now they call it, what do they call it? MILFs.
MILFs.
MILFs
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that kind of thing.
Gilfs.
I mean, I still don't think it would be acceptable at 60,
No,
but it is a bit more acceptable now to
when you
have
think about it, you
a
think,
bit of a
wow.
difference. Yeah, it's crazy.
We wasn't on that buzz back then.
At the time, it's just kind of accepted, right?
Yeah, we weren't on that back then. We weren't.
No.
There weren't words as MILF and GILF.
No.
Wasn't about it.
No. But also I think that looking at that relationship and even just, you know, considering the one that I just mentioned, like, if I were to see that happening now, I think most people would be like, what the hell is going on there? Like, that's not okay. But I think back then, it just wasn't as frowned upon.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Like, obviously it wasn't right, but people just turned a blind eye, didn't they?
Yeah.
Same with the abuse and stuff, right? Like, you kind of think to yourself, especially with hindsight, well, why was no one calling social services? Like, where were my teachers and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But people just didn't kind of stick their noses in as much, which isn't a good thing. But, you know.
Yeah, a lot of fear going on around that time.
So did you must have had that pressure at that point then to work. So if you're with this older woman...
I was kind of in and out of work.
Yeah.
Doing bits and bobs, and that's when all the gang behaviour kicked in.
Right.
So I was earning money that way.
Right.
So I didn't have to work.
is that like drugs,
yes,
robbery, just a
street
bit of
robberies,
everything?
car thefts,
Yeah.
Industrial burglaries, or anything you get your hands on.
Was it organised crime?
To a point.
Yeah. Was there like a ringleader?
Not as much.
No.
Those days.
Okay.
Few of you, someone go out and do a little recce.
Yeah.
Come back and go, look, this is possible. Like,
Yeah.
Then we go and have a look.
But you weren't being managed by like a higher power down the food chain type thing.
No, not at that point. We were just managing ourselves. We've been right. Whoever's brave enough to go out and do it, we'll go and do it.
And how long did you live that kind of life for?
For years, 20 years, something like that, all the time.
And you spent time inside?
Yeah.
So I know you spent time in England, in prison. How did you end up in prison in America?
Right, that's another story.
Yeah.
So I was living in Plumstead and met this young Irish girl, beautiful. She was Miss Northern Ireland at one point in her life, and beautiful girl.
Yeah.
And we got together, and then we started using together.
Okay.
Then our using got out of hand.
Yeah.
And then her mum said to her, look, you need to get away from Duke. Here's a ticket, go and live with your brother in Florida. And she went. I was like, oh my God. So I've been left in the flat on my own. My using got a bit out of control. My life got out of control, but I managed to raise some money to go to America. But before that, I'd still been talking to my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So I was still pining for her.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, of course.
And I missed her. So I managed to get the money together, got a flight halfway across the world. I'm thinking, what am I doing? Because I sold everything I had.
Oh wow! I am chasing after Miss Northern Ireland. That's what I'm doing right now.
And I think there's a bit of neediness there and attachment there.
Yeah. Because they say daddy issues, don't they? Is mummy issues a thing? I guess it's. I mean, obviously it is psychologically, but I don't know what the term is for it.
I think for me it was more around. Just the abandonment. Yeah,
feeling of that being rejected.
Again.
Yeah.
Or being abandoned again.
Yeah.
You know, but our behaviours were just off the wall. We used to go out and do a bit of robbery and stuff, the two of us, Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
So halfway across the world, I'm thinking, what am I doing? So when she left, she was nice and svelte and beautiful, long leg, 6 foot.
Wowza.
Got to America probably 6 months later. She put on loads of weight. Different girl completely.
Oh wow! Is that because she'd stopped using and stuff like that? Okay, yeah.
You know,
and eating the Texas, Florida, but you know what I mean.
Everything's
that American food.
So basically went out there for a love of a woman, and then she was working as a lingerie model.
Okay.
Very successful at it.
Nice.
Because she's beautiful, good body. Got the Irish accent, everybody was falling in love with her, wanted to marry her, she was making loads of money.
Oh wow.
And there was me just sitting around just doing nothing. So I got bored and I said I need to get a job, I need to do something because living in paradise or sun in the pool, there's only so much of that you can do.
Yeah.
So there was this guy living next door to us and fresh out of prison. Was he out of prison? No, it was someone else. Yeah, it's another guy. I said, I'm looking for a job. I need some ID. Have you got ID I can borrow? He went, yeah, because I had no ID and I think I overstayed. Was I overstayed?
Like on your visa type situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So gave me his ID. I applied for this job, went for the interview, got the job. The lady took the ID, photocopied it, didn't even look at it properly.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, I can start on Monday.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. If she'd have looked at the ID properly, she would have seen that it wasn't me.
You, yeah.
Got the job anyway, and it was in a bit like an Amazon factory.
Right, yeah.
I was an accounts clerk, I was just writing stuff off and blah, blah, blah. So this day came when my girlfriend would normally pick me up, start early in the morning, finish about 1, 2 o'clock. Calling her, no answer. I thinking, where's this girl? No answer. And even during the job in the factory, it's still segregated. So if you go in the canteen,
yeah,
the blacks will be sitting on one side, the Hispanics will be sitting over there, the whites will be sitting over there.
I mean, America's still a bit like that now, isn't it? It's so backwards as far as integration.
I had a hard time with that. So I thought, do you know what, I'm going to walk.
Yeah.
Now, Florida's too big. You don't walk in Florida, it's too big, right?
Yeah.
So that day I was using a weightlifter's belt because I was doing heavy lifting.
Right.
And I'm walking, it's 90 degrees heat. And I thought, right, let me take this off. Wrapped it up and it's black. It's probably about that long, I've got it in my hand. And you can tell a tourist or a foreigner because they're always looking up.
Okay.
It's going, wow, look at the size of that, wow, look at that big
everything's huge.
Yeah, and you've got a different kind of walk.
Right.
So next thing I know, I've heard, woo. Oh, look at this. Make one more move inward and I'll put a hot one in the back of your head.
Wow.
I was like, okay. I'm like this. I said, what's going on? He said, like, it's inward, this, inward, that.
Yeah.
Okay. Got me on my knees. He said, someone called the police and said you're carrying a concealed weapon. I went, no, it's just this.
It's my fault.
Yeah. Where's your ID? Inward. So I'm thinking, oh my God.
It wasn't your ID.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God.
Oh no.
Okay. So I've gone, given him the ID. He's checked it. It's come back. So my name's William Mosey on this ID.
I will.
So it's come back. He goes, says you're born in Hollywood. And you've got an English accent. I was like, yeah, I was born in Hollywood. I've spent most of my life in the UK. And I've just come back.
Oh, you tried.
He went, okay. Checked it again. It's come back. He's wanted for a cocaine fleeing charge from the Bahamas.
Will?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So they've arrested me as him.
Oh my goodness.
Not looked at the ID properly and see that it's not me.
No.
So I'm like this. I'm thinking, oh my God, nobody knows where I am. So I couldn't get through to my girlfriend. Anyway, on the way to jail or holding. I've gone, so what's happening now? You're going to jail. So I thought, oh, listen, my name's not William, it's Drew.
Yeah.
So, well, tell the judge.
Because those charges are worse than those charges, right?
Yeah.
God.
So they brought me into holding, strip searched me. I called my landlord at the time. My girlfriend and I had problems getting an apartment because I was black and she was white.
Right.
So she had to get the apartment on her own.
That's crazy.
And then I snuck in.
Yeah.
And in the death, they found out, kicked us out, and we had to go, there was a couple from Croydon, a gay couple.
Yeah.
Got their own apartment complex, really, really nice. And they let us live there. I had no problem with living in the gay complex.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem at all. It's beautiful, actually.
Yeah.
And so I've called him up. He says, yeah, I told him the situation. He said, yeah, I'll come down and bail you out. So the beauty of America, you can bail people out straight away.
Yeah.
But he never turned up.
Oh, God.
So they had me in holding for about 3 days.
Wow.
In this room, right? And this room was full of some of the darkest hombres.
Because they literally just stick everyone in together in America, don't they? Still do that now.
Yeah. This was just holding.
Yeah.
Right? There must have been 100 bods.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, some of these guys are terrifying.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm just in the corner. And over night time, they'll open the cupboard, get a mattress and just throw it out like that. You have to catch it.
If you're lucky enough.
If you're lucky enough, put it on the floor, sleep. 3 days like that. 4th day, officers come in, it's gone, right, Mosey. I thought, sweet. going home. So walking through the building, and I'm like, this don't look like the way out.
No.
So, well,
going on?
So what's going on? He went up, we're going to Stockade. I was like, what's that? He went, jail.
No.
I tell you what, my legs buckled.
Oh my goodness.
Everything went bright.
Wow.
Skin went goose pimply. I couldn't believe what I was seeing and hearing. So I said, what are we doing now then? He went, uniform change.
Oh no.
Yeah, tripping. Started tripping from there. So I'm in the bright oranges, ankle bracelets,
Yeah, they
waist
proper shackle
bracelets.
you up, don't
yeah,
they?
You're
Yeah.
not going nowhere.
They don't mess around.
Handcuffed to a white guy on the bus. And I tell you what, I was tripping the whole way to jail. I was biting my hand, I was banging my hand, I was going, yeah, this is real, it's not a dream. You know when you're trying to wake up.
And at this point, they're still charging you as William?
Yeah.
With those awful offences?
Yeah.
Wow. So you're looking at, in America, a freaking hefty sentence.
Yeah.
How did you turn that back around? So you get to jail.
Get to jail, do the process. I think I was there a few months.
Yeah.
And it's as you see it on TV, the guys out in the yard doing the weights, playing basketball. I just sat on my bunk just watching like this.
Yeah.
Could not believe I was there.
God.
I see people get hurt. And it was one guy who saved me. He killed his parents, got 25 to life, got a big scar down there like that.
Wow.
Terrifying. And he saw me playing chess with another inmate. And he goes, oh, I want to learn how to play chess. And I was like, yeah, of course.
I'll teach you, I'll teach you.
So I was teaching him how to play chess. He thought I was really funny and he loved the English accent, and he just basically
Took you under his wing.
Yeah, 100.
That's important, isn't it?
100 saved me.
Yeah,
Totally
that's.
saved me.
Do you know what? I think that whether it's coming into contact with men throughout my life, or whether it's working at times like I have done over the years with the younger generation, when they think they're a hard man and they think that they're a big man, and then you're like, do you know what, the reality, you're going to stick yourself inside for a day or two, you'll be crying your mother's name, you know?
Checked.
And I can imagine that the US is so much worse than England.
Yeah, you have to, I can't even begin to describe.
No comparison.
No. There's like a balance. You can't really go in there and show that you're soft.
Yeah.
You can't really go in there and show that you're the baddest
You're
man on
hard,
earth.
yeah.
You have to kind of navigate.
It's a whole mind game, isn't
Yeah,
it?
they rob and steal off you.
Have you ever watched that programme 60 Days In?
Yeah, a couple times.
Oh, it's really such a good watch.
Yeah.
And it's where people who are, you know, your average citizens go in undercover. So the other prisoners think that they are a convict, but they're not. And it is exactly what you said. It's that fine line between not being soft but not being hard.
Yeah.
And how do you not bring attention to yourself, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So you lived that life back and forth, as you said, for, you know, many, many years. At what point was that epiphany of like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do the drugs. I can't do the running around. I don't want to go inside anymore. Was there a particular moment where you kind of saw that light bulb?
Yeah, I think I had to lose everything.
Okay.
There was a point where I was with somebody and we were always fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like proper physical fighting,
Yeah.
especially when we were both drunk.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend at the time liked whiskey, and she was vile on
Yeah.
whiskey. She would fight anyone on whiskey,
Okay.
including me. So we was always fighting, right? And we bought a flat together, and one day just went over the top, and she bruises very easy.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time I'm hitting them in their body. She called the police on me. And when they take the photos, it just looks so bad.
Really?
Yeah. So they arrested me for common assault. They gave me bail, and they arrested me for harassment because I was homeless.
Yeah.
Couldn't go back to the flat, couldn't contact her, couldn't write to her, couldn't text her, couldn't phone her, nothing.
Yeah.
Couldn't get you to go and speak
Nothing.
to her, nothing.
Yeah.
Tried it, got nicked for it. And then I had to go and live in a bando, drug house,
Yeah.
trap house, living in the same clothes for like weeks on end.
So like the epitome of rock
It was,
bottom, basically.
Yeah, it was then having to walk past my flat every day, seeing her there. And
Yeah.
at one point seeing her there with a new boyfriend.
Yeah. And
And there's me on the streets.
can't have a reaction, kind of thing.
Yeah, so at the time I was doing a part-time job in a pub, and I was still using. I was using with bands when they come in over my time, close the door.
Yeah.
There's a band called Alabama 3.
Yeah.
They wrote the theme tune to The Sopranos.
Right.
Used to use them a lot.
Is that is that at all where the picture of Jamiroquai comes into this?
That was a few years before the Jamiroquai, because I used
Just
to be
being
into,
on that scene kind of thing.
I used to be into, I've done a course in TV production and stuff like that, and I've done extras in films like Scum, TV shows. I used to like all of that stuff, and someone said to me, "Jude, do you want to come down to so and so? It's a program called Raw. Jamiroquai are going to be there. We're going to invite you down." I said, "Yeah, I'll come down for that." I went down there. They were filming the show. I used to be an audience member in the show, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then I went upstairs, and Jamiroquai came upstairs, and we had a little spliff together, and then got on with it. This is early Jamiroquai. Yeah. And then the photo that you have. Yeah. So we're standing there like this, and the guy's just going. Now he was the photographer for the album. Oh, right? Okay. So I goes, "Oh, great shot. We'll put it on the album or something like that." No, it's going, no. I'm not in the band. Right. Just having a photo with Jamie, but we're gonna have to do it again. Yeah. Right. Okay. Without you in it. Yeah. So they've done it again. Because
I'm sure I spotted a picture of you with Mike Tyson as well. Yeah. So is that the same kind of story, like just part of the party scene and London life?
When did I see Mike? I saw Mike. I've seen him twice. At that point, he came to London to talk about Frank Bruno, I think.
Oh, yeah, I remember Frank Bruno coming to my school when I was little.
Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah.
And me and my friend held a party in Tower Bridge, and he turned up with another group at the time called Houdini. They were like a beatbox group. Yeah. And we on the Seder now, but because people were being stupid, shouting out, Bruno. Right, okay. And it got on Mike's nerves. And it's only small. So in the picture, I had to stoop down like this. He's only tiny, but he's a proper
unit. He's like solid as a rock.
Couldn't find his jacket.
Yeah.
All I kept hearing from Mike Tyson was, "Where's my jacket? Where's my jacket?" I think someone better find his jacket.
Jacket before he bites your ear off.
Yeah. It's going to take someone's head off to find his jacket. So he got his jacket. I was the only one who got his autograph. Yeah. Because it's very rare he gives out autographs. Yeah. And then in my madness, I thought, let me follow them and see where they're going. So at 3 a.m, they're going on the road. Yeah. We're behind them, and then they stopped, and then Mike Tyson put his head out the window like,
"What are you doing?" I'm not stalking ya. I'm going this way, really. Honestly. So you found yourself homeless. So you've had this domestic violence situation with you and your ex-partner, and you found yourself kind of at rock bottom, and so. Was that the last time that you were like in that type of situation?
No.
Was it? No.
No. After the working in the pub, I was homeless. Yeah. Someone approached me and said, "I know someone who was looking for someone to live." Yeah. Went to the house. The house was a bit like anyway, but
beggars can't be choosers and all that jazz. Yeah.
Lived there, and the more I was living there, I kept on saying, "I'm better than this. I'm better than this." I was an isolated user. Yeah. This house was a squalor. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go to the services. Went to the services. Told them my plight, and they said, "Well, I don't think we have the funding." Yeah. So it's gone. "What are you gonna do now, then, Duke?" I went, "Okay, I'm just gonna leave here. I'm gonna go and commit a kamikaze move." So hopefully I'll get arrested, and I'll have somewhere to sleep.
Somewhere to sleep, and I'll get fed and watered.
Yeah, you go, "Okay, let me get the telephone." Got the phone, and I rang a detox centre to try and get a bed. But you have to ring every day. So, bed? No. Next day you go back. Is there a bed? No. So,
even now, sometimes people wait so long. Yeah. I know a girl, young woman, she's probably late 20s now, I would say, and she's got a ketamine addiction, and it's been like a slow burning thing that's taken hold over her for years, and she's waited months. She's got a date now. She leaves in about a week or two.
Nice.
Shout out to Casey. You're going to be amazing, and you're going to rock it.
Good luck.
But she has waited and waited and waited and waited, and now she's got her date. She's like scared.
That's exactly what happened to me. Really? That's exactly what happened to me. Went down 8th day.
Yeah.
My head. Yeah, this is going to tell me there's no beds.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Miss Hunter, yeah, we have a bed for you. Like,
oh, crap. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
Someone wants me a sniff.
Yeah, one of
Chill
those
out.
ones, yeah. Can't go today, my gyro's due tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those ones. Oh my God, it is scary.
Yeah.
But more power to her.
How long did you go in for?
It was like a rapid detox,
Okay.
2 weeks. And they give you the methadone, but it's reduced every day.
So were you using heroin?
I was using heroin, I was using crack, anything I could
and
use,
everything.
I was using it.
Yeah.
Apart from acid
Yeah.
and those types of drugs. But
Yeah,
it was
like
more,
the trippy stuff.
Yeah, it was more, I think my drug of choice was heroin.
Yeah.
Crack was just a bonus
Yeah.
if I got hold of it.
Yeah.
And there's these tablets that are called Subutex or ibuprofen or something like that. And what they do, they block out the effects of heroin. So if you're withdrawing, you can take one of these and it will hold you.
Okay.
But if you use on top of it,
Then it makes you really sick.
full blown withdrawal.
Yeah.
And people have died using those because they've had heroin in their system.
Yeah.
Taking the tablet.
And then the two collide.
Don't like the feeling.
Yeah, that's
Try
sad,
to use
isn't
on
it?
top of it to get rid of the
Yeah.
feeling. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Try again. Doesn't work.
Gone
over.
How long
Yeah.
were you on the methadone and stuff like that?
So it was 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But the only thing about that place, they let you go home. They send you back home.
Oh no. Like back to where you came from,
Back to where I
basically.
came from.
That's the hardest part, isn't
Yeah,
it?
and I've done that 3 times
Yeah.
over 3 years. And on the 4th time, I said, right, do you wanna... Right, so... There was a point where they all said, do you want to go to the rehab? My head, I'm not a junkie. What do I want to go rehab for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like them.
Yeah.
That's me, you know.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
3 times, once a year for 3 years, I went back there. 4th time.
Yeah.
Right, rehab? I'm like, yep. Where do you want to go?
Yep, that's me.
Yep, yeah.
I'll own it.
Yeah. Broken by then. So I'd go anywhere. They went Bournemouth. I went, no, I'm going to Bournemouth. Why? Yeah, there's too many London bots there. There's too many people I know.
Right.
There. Big recovery area.
Okay.
Too much of a trigger for me. He went Portsmouth. I went, sweet. Yeah, I'll go Portsmouth. Never been to Portsmouth in my life.
Yeah. Wow. And how many years ago was that?
I am 18 years in now. I'm 18 years clean.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
What an achievement.
Okay.
Did you go to, was it Ark or somewhere
Yes.
like that? Ark, yeah.
Yeah.
That's still, they're still there, isn't it?
Yeah. I went to the Ark, and that was really good. I think it was a private. Had to be funded for that one, but they were really, really good.
And so it was that complete clean break away from everyone you knew, the environment, the streets, just where you know where to get it and who to get it from, and everyone recognises you. And
get rid of my phone numbers.
Yeah.
All of that.
Go on.
Yeah.
And do you ever go back to London?
Every now and again to see my daughter.
Yeah.
I try not to go back to London.
Because you've just become a granddad, haven't you?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Little Mateo.
Oh, congratulations.
My little Buddha.
That's life changing, isn't it?
I'm still processing it.
Yeah, I bet.
It's only 5-6 months. I'm still processing that.
Granddaddy.
Yeah.
Did you miss out on quite a lot of your daughter's life because of the addictions?
Yeah. So my daughter was conceived in America.
Yeah.
Then her mum and I had a fight in America. She then went to Northern Ireland.
Oh, so is your daughter
Northern Irish.
So the
Mum.
Miss Northern Ireland is her mum?
Yeah.
Oh wow! No wonder why she's so pretty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
That's incredible. And she is really tall as well, isn't she? Your daughter? Yeah. Like taller than the average woman.
as tall as me.
Yeah. Oh wow.
A lot of people think they're boyfriend and girlfriend when we walk down the street.
Oh, you're flexing now, Duke. You're like, that charm will never leave me on there. So your granddad now. So she lives in London.
Mm-hmm.
So you go back and forth. But what is Pompey? What does Pompey mean to you then? I mean, you've been here now 18 years.
Yeah, just over 18 years. So what does Pompey mean? Well, Pompey saved me.
Yeah.
100%. I don't think I could have picked a better area or treatment centre, whatever you want to say, to actually turn my life around, because I know a lot of people could clean up in London where they use. But I can't do that.
No.
I can't do that now, and I know I can't do that.
Did you know that when you knew you were coming to Portsmouth and you were going to ARC, did you feel different, like on that journey down to Portsmouth? Was there something inside where you kind of, you knew this was it, this was the moment of change? Yeah,
because I was fighting with myself, and something had to change. If it didn't change, I'd end up back in jail, probably doing a big sentence, or because I only had 3 options left. Back in jail, in a mental institution, or under the ground.
It's the reality of it, isn't it? And then at what point did you start your work? So I know that you've obviously done some incredible work with Pompey in the community, and you've worked as an outreach and support worker for people who are ex-convicts and youth. When did that happen, like within your journey of recovery?
Oh, so I've always been a mentor.
I
trained as a youth and community worker when I was 16.
Wow.
So I qualified quite a long time ago and done various courses over the years. So I've always been a mentor of some form. And then I think after I sorted my life out, I started a company in Gun Wolf. It was a youth project, because everything about me is just youth. So I started as a volunteer and just worked my way up part-time, full-time, done all the training in between, and done it that way. And I think it's my
calling.
100%, definitely my calling. But I think it was just the way that I work with young people. I like to think that I work differently than anybody else with young people.
I could imagine you to be the type of grown-up that ensures that young people feel seen
and heard.
So like as a young person, you probably weren't, well, not probably, you weren't seen and you weren't heard, and you were kind of, you know, kept down in your box kind of thing. So I can imagine you can really empathise with young people.
And it's more about having a role model, which I didn't have. I had to be my own role model. It's more about having or just being grateful that you have parents around you. A lot of young people that I've worked with.
You have to wake them up, don't you?
Right.
And be like, you know, how lucky are you to have a mum that's your best friend, or a dad that plays football with you at the weekend? Like, hello, you get fed.
Tell you a good story. I was assessing a young person on my big mentoring program. He's coming with his mum, social worker, and a police officer, right? 14, right? Gangster,
got the world on his shoulders.
So I've given him 5 minutes of me. Lifted his head up. Oh wow, okay. Mum's gone. Yeah, he wants to sell weed too. I go, no, you really? And he's on the table like that. I said, well, no, you want to sell weed? I said, one day you'll get arrested, and one day you might end up going to prison. You know what he said? Well, I'll just sell weed in prison, right? I went, okay. I went, do you know what? I didn't care if the police officer and the social worker were there. I went, do you know what? If I was in prison at the same time as you, I said I'd rob you myself.
Duh. But this is what we were saying earlier, like just what goes through young people's heads when they think that they've got it figured out in that sense, and they want to be a bad man. And you're like, you have no idea.
None whatsoever.
Like, there are big bad men who go into prison and struggle.
Fold you in half.
100%.
Fold you in half. So, want to be a gangster? Okay. So that's a nice tracksuit you got on. It's got to be about, what, 170 quid worth of tracksuit? Oh, who got you that? You got my mum. I said, real gangsters buy their own tracksuits.
I love that. That's fantastic.
So the trainers you got on, what, 100 quid? You know what I'm going to say, don't you? Who got you those? Your mum. So the same mum bought you trainers. Same mum cooks your dinner, washes your clothes, provides a roof over your head. You probably got a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. But yet you're going out, bringing police to her door. That's not G, bruv. I see you outside the one stop on your scooter with a man bag and a little 35p energy drink. How's that gang?
100%. 100%.
Tell me, please, how's that going?
That's so real. Do you speak like this and this real when you're, because I know that obviously you're a motivational speaker and you go to schools, you speak that. It's just, that is so powerful.
I do. And
so powerful.
Teachers are like this. The best one is, if you're a clown in school, right? Because I used to be a clown. If you're a clown in school, check your first two mates, because they'll be clowns as well. But if you're a hard worker in school, your first two mates are going to be hard workers.
Yeah.
So if you're a clown, go and join a circus.
Yeah.
Get a big red nose and some red shoes.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Let everyone laugh at you.
And I tell you what, there's not many of them floating around either, circuses.
Yeah.
So I would advise you, take that off, bums on the seat, come to school.
Yeah, clowns are old school, right? Clowns are old news. You've such a strong point there, like with the, you know, whether it's the mum, the dad, the carer, you know, the foster carer, whoever is looking after you, and you've got the absolute audacity to bring police and whatnot and trouble to their door. And you're right, an old school G or a real G, no one knows where their mum lives. No one ever knows where mummy lives, you know, so... And
no one knows you're a real G until the time comes.
Exactly, precisely.
This is what I say to them. What's the difference between a gang member and a gangster? They're like, oh, I don't know. Yeah. You don't see gangsters.
Yeah, 100%.
We see you, though, outside the shops.
Yeah, on your e-scooters being twats with your babes.
Yeah.
And I know that you've obviously had such a huge impact on Pompey, and I know that you've said, you know, Pompey saved you, but I think that a lot of people would agree that you've saved so many people in Pompey through the work that you've done. And I know that that's been recognised in a couple of ways, and you've won a couple of awards, haven't you? Tell us a bit about that.
Well, I won the Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Award for Hampshire FA, recognised for that, for the equality and diversity stuff I was doing.
Wow. FA is in Football Association?
Yeah.
Amazing.
And that was recognised because I had an inclusion forum within Pompey that all the different diverse groups would come to me every 3 months, whether you're Chinese, African, Ukraine, police, mental health first aiders, you name it. We would come together and try and come up with some kind of topic or event that we can put together. To
bring everyone together as well.
To get them involved in Pompey.
Yeah.
Often give them free tickets to come to matches, because a lot of the time they're scared to come to matches. So I say, it's 10,
they don't feel like welcome, kind of thing.
Safe.
Yeah,
they feel safe. So I was doing that every 3 months, and that's how I got to meet so many people. Yeah. I got recognised for that. And then 2020, we also won the Civic Award for the work that we done during COVID, delivering food parcels. Oh wow. Yeah, all the way through COVID we've done that, and we won the Civic Award for that.
Amazing.
And then the Football Blacklist Award, which celebrates black excellence in grassroots and community work. Wow. So I'm up there with the likes of, I was voted by the Premier League. Yeah. Up there with the likes of Marcus Rashford, Saka from Arsenal, Raheem Sterling from Chelsea. Incredible. Ivan Toney, I could just reel them off. And then I took my daughter to the bash, because we couldn't have the bash in 2020. Oh,
I think that I'll put this photo in there of you and your daughter with the trophy.
Yeah.
And it's such a gorgeous photo. Yeah. It was at a black tie event.
Yeah. And we'd go to the side and do videos to camera and stuff as an award winner. And my daughter was so good. She goes, I thought, let me take it. Yeah. Because you worked there. She's like, I'm looking for a footballer.
Where is he?
Yeah. And I think Saka done a piece from They're on England Duty. Yeah. Got his award, and he's done a piece via video link and stuff
how
like that.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was almost like the Black Oscars.
Yeah. Do you feel a real sense of pride in yourself? Like, are you able to feel that emotion for yourself?
Yeah, because I mean...
And your daughter must be so bloody proud of you.
Yeah, she loves it. She goes, Dad, you're going to be big one day. Dad, you're going to be big one day.
He is big. He's already big.
Yeah, so she loves it. She loves... She shows me off to all of her friends. That's my dad.
With real pride.
Yeah.
That's an achievement, isn't it? I think, like, I've got a 10-year-old son, and I always think to myself, if he grows up and he actually likes me now, he's my best mate, he's my twin. Yeah. But I always think, people change when they're teenagers and young adults, and I just always think when he's a grown up, I really hope that he looks back on his childhood, looks back on his life in general, and he likes me. He doesn't just like me because I'm his mum. He likes me because he likes me. You know,
as a person.
As a person, precisely.
yeah,
thank
yeah,
you. That's
yeah.
what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
Like that to me will just be, I made it in life. Like I've been a success. You know.
Yeah.
And then you've gone on to set up Ambassador for Change. Tell us. So this is motivational speaking, going into schools, and that's something that you've set up on your own.
On my own.
Yeah. Is that a community interest company or?
Not yet.
Not yet. No.
Yeah, not yet. Because I only set it up properly when I left Pompey. I went to work for Brighton Football Club.
Yeah.
And I run a mentoring program there. But football politics, and it was funded by Sussex Police.
Yeah.
Football politics got in the way, and we didn't get the funding to continue. So about 5-6 of us lost our jobs.
That's the thing with the line of work that you work in, right? And obviously I recruit in that sector, so it can be really like flip-floppy, can't it? Dependent on the government funding. I mean, Labour coming in will hopefully help with the industry to a certain degree, but we'll see. But
so working in the industry, you're funded for 3 years.
Yeah.
So after 2 years, I'm already panicking.
Yeah, of course.
And that was my cycle for a long
Where's the next
time.
move? Yeah.
If I have to move on. So I'd always been doing motivational speaking during my full-time roles. Every now and again I would have to take a holiday or something like that. But I couldn't keep up and I couldn't accommodate everybody. So there was more work coming in that I could not physically go and do because I was working.
Of course.
So when I decided, when I got made redundant, that made a decision for me. I thought, because I've always wanted to work for myself and earn my own money. I thought, you know what, I'm going to take that leap of faith and just do this. So I just started reaching out to people, designing, going to professional networking meetings in the mornings with a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ian Batterby. He's been an absolute star.
Ian.
Shout out to Ian Batterby. Yeah, he's been an absolute star. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. He knows so many people and he's got links and contacts. His friend, we know him from London. We've got friends in common.
Yeah.
But he's in Croatia right now.
And do you find living his best life?
Yeah.
And do you do the Ambassador for Change work? Is that national? So it doesn't have to be just Pompey.
It could be anywhere.
London, Brighton, wherever.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to get into the football foundation size of thing. I think Crystal Palace want me to come out there soon. But I do everything myself, all the emails. Yeah. I've got a friend who's a virtual assistant. She'll help me out every day. So it's about connections and people.
Yeah, of course it is.
And everyone's been supporting me.
Great.
However, I'll go into the schools. Some schools can't afford it. I'll often do one for free. Is it speculate to accumulate? Is that right?
Yeah. So and sometimes you've got to spend a bit to make a bit, kind of thing, right? Well, always in business. One of the key things I always say, you've got to spend money to make money, and sometimes that's painful, and it can feel like a long old process that you have to be really patient with. But the website's really good. Delivered Social, done your website? Terence and the boys down there.
And Jonathan. Because I'd seen the advert popping up and I was like, so I've tried it and come down. And they were brilliant. They've been looking after me since then. Then I've done my business launch at the Aspects Gallery.
Amazing.
Chris Lubby, who's Nelson Mandela's bodyguard. He came down, ex-footballer came down, footballers' parents, friends, family.
Really for the launch of Ambassador for Change. That's incredible. And so when did you launch Ambassador for Change?
In May.
So it's really, really new, isn't it?
Yeah. So in May.
Wow. We need to see what connections and
things and I'm still making connections.
It's a never-ending journey, isn't it? When it's your own business, it's a whole different, and you never switch off, right? You never stop. All the time. And you don't want to miss an opportunity, right? So it's never ending. But people, please go and check out Ambassador for Change. The website's really beautiful, it's super slick, and you can contact Duke through there. If you know anybody that works in the education sector, works for a local authority, or as Duke has mentioned, working for various football clubs or football associations, reach out, get in touch. Let's get this man on his way.
Thank you.
Yes, because you need to be seen. Those stories need to be heard.
Yes.
And those young people, more importantly, need to be seen and need to be heard in the way that you can offer.
Yeah.
That's priceless, isn't it?
Because I do it differently. There's a few people out there that are doing knife crime.
Yeah.
More power to you guys out there. There's a few that I'm linked with, but mine is more. I come from the consequence side of everything.
Yeah.
So I'll do a little bit about who I am, where I've grown up, what I've done, blah blah blah. But then I'll have a picture of a prison, obviously, a picture of Belmarsh, right? Oh, what's that? I go, yeah, that's the big house. If you don't change your behaviours,
That's home.
That's what you're going to be living in. And inside there is another prison. High profile prisoners. Next picture is a picture of a cell, right? Empty cell. This will be where you'll be living. Bunk bed there, table, window. And I go, what's behind that silver thing there? Oh, it's a sink. I go, right, yeah, okay. So what's behind the sink? Someone goes, a toilet. I go, right, good. So, if you do a smelly one, you can't be opening the door to let fresh air in.
No,
and you can't be opening the window to let fresh air in. And there's 2 other people in there with you.
Yeah.
In 9x6.
And you're not exactly getting fed the best food, so it's
Locked
not
up
going
20
to
hours
be pretty,
a day.
is it?
Yeah.
It's the reality, isn't it? It's hitting them with the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
Of, you know,
Yeah.
I think sometimes, especially with young people, there's this misconception of the system's got a bit soft and they have PlayStations and TVs and mobile phones, and yeah, of course, like that kind of stuff does happen, but that's this amount of, you know.
I think that's long-term prisoners as well.
Exactly.
Might get that.
Yeah, precisely.
You know, but
it's crazy, isn't it? So I'm going to hit you with some quick fire questions.
Okay.
Nothing too serious. You never know where it will take us.
Right.
So apples or pears?
Pears.
Really? I love a pear. I had a pear today actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I do love a good pear.
Love a pear.
But if they're from a fruit and veg shop, they're just so much better, aren't they, than the supermarket ones?
Yeah.
Do you leave your pears out on the side or do you keep them in the fridge?
Out.
Out on the side. Fair enough. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Yes. Do you know, I've never drunk a cup of coffee in my life.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Wish I could say that.
No, I know. I just don't like the smell of it.
Okay.
Like, I appreciate that it you know, has great effects and stuff, but I'm a tea girl.
Yeah.
Tea girl, nice builder's tea. Speaking or coaching?
Coaching in what sense? Like football coaching or?
No, so if we were talking like mentoring, coaching, so you can sit down with a young man or a young woman, one-to-one, and coach them in life and be like, sort your act out, or you can be speaking at a group of people.
Coaching.
Coaching, yeah. Do you feel like you can have more of an impact?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll get my individual attention then, won't they? And all my experience and what comes off of me.
Yeah.
So if I'm presenting,
you
presented 400 kids.
Yeah.
Some of the kids are only getting a tiny percentage of what I'm talking about, or me.
And some of them can switch off, right?
Yeah,
Whereas if you're sat kind of man to man, whatever, you can do that. Are you a night in person or a night out kind of person?
Now I'm a night in
Night
person.
in. Yeah, good movie.
Yeah, fall asleep and wake up, movie's still on.
I missed it. Better rewind. Totally get it. And if you had to choose between being hot or cold, what would you choose?
I would probably cold. I like winter.
Yeah, when you can like snuggle in.
I love winter.
Wrap the duvet around yourself and also there's not as much pressure then to go out and socialise.
Yeah,
right?
it's dark.
yeah. It's funny because people who I know who have, and this isn't suggesting that you have anxiety, but people who I know who have anxiety, as spring sets into summer, their anxiety heightens, and sometimes they don't know why, they don't really recognise, and I'll say to them, it's because it's summer season coming, so as much as you're happy that you're getting your vitamin D, you're also really anxious about the fact that barbecues, parties, get-togethers, there's less excuses, you know, you kind of have to push past the anxiety. Recognise that in yourselves, people, because once you recognise it, you can help manage it. Yeah. Tell me, Duke, what would you say is the most politely rebellious thing you've ever done?
Politely rebellious. I think it would be having the chance and having the energy, having the confidence to be able to put Ambassador for Change together.
Yeah.
Because there was a gap at one point where I was really panicking, thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? even though the answer was right there in front of me.
Yeah.
But it's just having that.
Taking that leap, isn't it?
Yeah, and think right, and do it and go through that, feel that fear and do it anyway.
Yeah.
So that
100%. No, I agree with you, and I think that's amazing. It's such a true testament, and I think this is the thing. Like, when you talk about setting up your own business, being politely rebellious, it's politely rebellious because we're taught and it's ingrained in us from, you know, nursery school that you do your 9 to 5. That's how you should live your life. That's the only way to make your money. That's the only way to get a pension, you know. And of course that works for a lot of people. But if it wasn't for us politely rebellious humans kind of stepping out and
doing our own
thing, creating new jobs and new opportunities and stuff like that. So what would you say the future looks like for you? What have you got on the horizon?
Well, I've got a few presentations already booked in, 1 or 2 in September, 1 in October.
Amazing.
But September's going to be a little bit quiet for me because I'm going to go on holiday at the end of September. I'm going to try and see my daughter in between. Cyprus.
Nice.
I've not been before.
I've not been to Cyprus actually.
I've got a couple in September, have a rest, go on holiday, and it starts again in October. So I'm just hoping, contact the schools and just see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm a man who basically likes to keep it in the day.
Yeah.
So when somebody asks me a question like that, I find it quite difficult to answer.
Yeah.
Because I'm not there. I'm right here with you.
Yeah. No, I get it. No, you'd like to be present.
Yeah.
And that's such a good way to live. Actually.
Yeah.
It makes you more grateful, I think, for when you live life that way. And did you mention that you were writing a book?
Yes.
Something that you're working on now?
Yes, and oh my word.
Have you got a name for it?
Well, I've got a couple.
Okay.
I've got a couple. One is called A Real G.
Okay.
Quite simple.
Like that.
The other one is From Prison to Pilates.
Oh wow! And is that because you do Pilates?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Have you got any photos of this? We need to stick something in. That's amazing. Doing Pilates.
I think I might have some on my phone.
That's incredible.
Yeah. With a lady called I can't remember who she is. So she's spelt.
Yeah.
Not an ounce of fat on her.
Oh yeah.
And this girl is strong.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I love Pilates, and I do.
Prison to Pilates.
Yeah, that was the first title. Then the next one was A Real G.
So I've just got both are good.
Yeah, photos.
I wonder if there's a way you could incorporate those two.
Well, I'm
going to be messaging you at like 3 a.m. Like I thought of it.
There is a section in the book that I've taken off my presentation, because in my presentation there's a bit where I turn the word gangster into a new world meaning.
Okay.
So a real gangster nowadays is someone who goes to work, who pays their bills, who goes to school.
100%.
Yeah, looks after their family.
Yeah.
They're the real G's.
Yeah.
So I've got that.
And they sleep better at night. FYI.
Not doing 25 to life, that's not G.
Yeah,
got
that's
caught.
not. Yeah.
They're the real G's. Giving back to your community, that's all real G stuff.
Yeah. 100%.
Teachers, anyone out there, they're the G's. So I'll ask a teacher, I go, did you go uni, miss? She go, yeah. I go, what did you do at uni? She go, psychology, economics, and music. I mean, how long was at uni for? She go, 4 years. And I say to the kids, real G right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
100%.
You guys can't even get through 9 a.m. till 2 o'clock.
Yeah, you're struggling.
4 years at uni.
4 years at uni.
After secondary school.
Yeah, and college, yeah.
G.
Yeah.
They laughed their heads off.
Oh, I love that.
They loved it. Yeah.
I love that.
So I've got that list in my book.
Outlook.
Yeah.
And such a good way of like flipping that terminology on its head for the modern age.
Yeah.
It reminds me a bit of, you know, like the... are you on TikTok at all?
No.
I wonder if you've come across it anyway. So after and we've kind of gone full circle here now, so the riots and things, there's this trend on social media where people of colour say in that everyday clothes, and then they do a switch and they're like dressed as a doctor, or they're a nurse, or they've got their graduation hat on and they're like, come get my job. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
And that just really makes me think of what you've just said. Like that imagery of what a G is. You know, it is a strong man, let's say, who's 25, who's worked at Nando's whilst putting himself through uni, and his night trainers he bought himself, not his mum. You know,
they're the G's.
They're the G's.
Yeah, get up and go to work every morning.
Yeah, do your thing, look after your people.
Look after your family, make sure they're good.
Yeah, and just be happy. Like you've got one life. And
a lot of young people are angry. The ones I come across are angry for no reason.
Yeah, a lot of them haven't even had like the trauma, like, and not to kind of, you know, put that brush over everybody, but you know, that's what gets me, is I'm seeing a lot of young people who have got childhoods or had childhoods that we would have dreamed of, and they still finding bones to pick in life, and you don't, but you've had no trauma, that you've had no drama,
so
and yet you're still
angry.
mad.
And I touched on the Ukraine war as well, in depending on the school that I'm in. So I said, okay, how many of you have told your parents that you love them this morning? Half the hands will go up. Well, when you go home today, make sure you tell your parents that you love them, right? Now, can you imagine being from the Ukraine right now? You go home today, like me, and your mum's not there. You rely heavily on your mum. So who are you without your parents? Who are you? And like that.
Hello.
Yeah, who are you?
Good thanks.
Right. Don't disrespect your parents, because without them, who are you? Then I go, when you go home today, your parents said to you, right, pack everything you can carry. We're leaving. Now. Leave the PlayStation.
Who are you? Without that, who are you? Without your Fortnite character.
And I go into TechSneck as well. You're going to be a nation of TechSneck, because you're going to be walking around like this, because you're just constantly like this. And I have a clip. Have you seen Social Dilemma?
No.
You've got to watch that.
Social Dilemma?
Yeah, on Netflix.
I feel like I've heard of it actually.
Yeah, it's a documentary on the dark side of the mobile phone. So if anyone's not seen Social Dilemma, Netflix, please watch it.
That's what I'm doing on my Friday night.
Yeah, it will give you the whole
sphere of it.
The whistleblowers, WhatsApp, Google, the person who invented the like button, Pinterest, all these whistleblowers will tell you about the dark side of mobile phone.
They had the psychology behind it of how they're drawing everybody in, but it's completely destroying everything, isn't it? Which is nuts. And I would say, on that note, that you have given away so much wisdom on this podcast and so much info, and if you want anything more, you shall pay this man to come visit you. Ambassador for Change. Thank you so much for coming in today, Jude. I really appreciate it. Like, what a journey, what a story, and how bloody lucky are we in Pompey that you chose this place to come and find your you know, yourself, really.
Yeah, that's exactly 100%. Because I've always been there. I was always there. But it was suppressed because of what I was doing. So now. And
you were probably always looking for something. You know, you lost your mum so young. It's such an important time in your life. And then obviously your dad sounds like a right.
He was
knobhead.
He was.
And so you're always going to be looking for something. You know, when they say that a lot of people who get addicted to drugs and alcohol and stuff, it's because they've got this hole inside them and they're trying to fill it. You know,
it's trauma. People don't choose to just go and take drugs. A lot of it is trauma.
Circumstantial.
I had child trauma, abandonment issues. And didn't even know.
Didn't even realise. And that's the thing, isn't it? Is who's there to educate you that that's what the issue is?
Didn't know.
Well, now we're lucky enough that we have Duke here to educate our young folk. So, Ambassador for Change. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.